Okay, guys, so let's review Ghosthouse, which I recently bought this two-pack from Scream Factory. I watched Witchery recently and just reviewed that. So let's talk about Ghosthouse, the other one, which I realized after watching Witchery that in terms of the numbers, this is House 3, Ghost House is, and Witchery is Ghost House, or I mean, is House 4. They're both called House 3 and 4 in Italy, even though they're of course not sequels to House. They do that a lot in Italy, where they had a lot of horror movies that were called sequels to stuff, but they weren't. Like Alien 2, which came out a year after Alien, and like 7 years before Aliens came out, so it wasn't official, but they did that a lot in Italy. Um, so Ghost House, the plot of this is there is an evil little girl that is a murderer, and her ghost inhabits this house. And a group of young dumb people come into the house, and she starts picking them off one by one. And I honestly really liked Ghost House. I thought that this one was really really fun. There is a good opening with Henrietta, who's the little girl. She is a beast, just like murdering these people. It's pretty brutal. Um, there is one thing that grosses me out because I'm not a fan of seeing animals get killed. And a cat gets killed in this. You don't see the cat getting killed itself. You just see the aftermath, and that grosses me out because I love cats. Um, but that got me at the beginning. I was like, man, but I still, regardless of that, still like the movie a lot. Um, I really liked that Henrietta has this clown doll that's literally just the doll from Poltergeist. I mean, it doesn't look like that. It actually looks like, if I could show you, it actually looks like that right there. Like it looks like the Poltergeist ghost or Poltergeist clown doll, which I think is really scary in this movie. I thought that clown doll was actually really effective. The house is really creepy. It reminds me of something like, weirdly enough, it reminds me of something like Casper, which isn't a horror movie, but like it reminds me of that and how visually it looked. Like it reminded me of that kind of visual cue in terms of the house and how it looked. The music is really creepy. There is this sing song that will appear whenever she's about to be here or the clown's there, and like it is really effective creepy music. It's just like a noise that just keeps going back and forth, and it's a weird jingle, and it's really really creepy and really memorable. The music, there is things about it that are weird, but I still liked it a lot in terms of entertainment. Like this, there's a character in this who's a guy who broke out of a loony bin as well, and he's at the house, and it's got a Friday the 13th style POV of him looking through the bushes. It looks almost exactly like the shot from the first Friday the 13th from 1980. Um, there is a really funny scene where there is the little girl on TV, like a girl watches the TV, or a woman watches the TV. The little girl appears, she's smiling, then her eyes start draining blood, and like her mouth goes, like she looks serious. And it's funny, and it's also scary at the same time. And I really liked the visual cues that they really put in this one. It really works. Um, there is a scene with the clown where a girl finds this clown doll, and it's sitting in a box, and it's smiling, and then suddenly it cuts away, and then to the woman, and then she looks down, and the clown doll has an evil look to its face, and I thought that was really effective. And I really like whenever horror movies do this, older horror movies, where they don't show something happen, they just cut away and then it appears. Like for example, whenever, like I'm talking about the clown doll, where you don't see it change its face, you just see it has a happy face, and then it cuts to the woman, and then it cuts back to the clown doll, and it's got a demonic face. I thought that was scary, and I thought that was really good timing. So I really enjoyed that. Um, the weird thing about this one, though, I think, is that it doesn't really feel super Italian, if that makes sense. Like, it does have some Italian vibes, but in terms of the distinction on how it looks, it feels more like an American movie. Like, Witchery, like, reminded me more of a Italian movie than this. Like, this one, it still has a couple of those, like, typical stuff in Italian movies in terms of the style, but it really feels more like an American movie with sometimes overdubs. Because again, these kind of Italian movies, some people are speaking Italian, some are not. Um, I like that. Like I liked how it it did have a distinctive style, even though it didn't feel super Italian to me, in terms of the ones that I have seen. But I still really like it. I think that this was a really, really entertaining movie, really fun, just really enjoyable, and really creepy and bizarre. And I thought the creepiness factor in it was really effective. Like I said, with the music, with the clown doll, really, really good. So I definitely recommend Ghost House if you haven't seen it. I think this one is really, really awesome. I'm so glad this is a gem that I found that I might watch again. Like, I don't know when, but I'll definitely rewatch it again. But I am a big fan of it now from watching it. So I'm excited that I finally got to see it. And I'm glad that it was such a surprisingly good or entertaining horror movie. So, yeah, I really enjoyed it. And pretty much that's all I could say today. I've got more reviews coming up. I think I'm going to review the Scanners movies next, or Scanners 2 and 3. I have watched Scanners 1, and I think I reviewed it on this channel, but Scanners 2 and 3 I also bought from Scream Factory recently, so I'm going to watch those sequels soon in the next week or so, and we'll definitely review those. But I've always got more movies to review, so stay tuned, and I'll see you guys later. Take care.